What's up, military millionaires and real estate YouTube watchers? Subscribe to the channel if you want to see more of this stuff, and let me know in the comments who is the favorite guest YouTuber on this. We are wrapping up this 6-week series where I asked 5 real estate and YouTube rock stars their thoughts on some of the biggest mistakes they made, some of the mindset shifts they made, what held them back, and ultimately some of the limiting beliefs that you guys have, right? Like, this is what this is for. These are helping you realize how successful real estate investors overcame the exact same things that you guys are going through right now. And so I hope this has been very valuable. Comment down below what you'd like me to ask next and who you'd like me to have on the channel. Make sure you subscribe, click that like button, and we're gonna lead it off with Alex Felice.
What is your most important daily habit? I have 2. I read books. I read complex, difficult, and obscure books that other people don't think are worth the time. The other thing I do, the most important investment that I make, is in people. I do that every single day. I talk to them, I meet new ones, I help them, I add value, and I try to motivate and inspire people. I try to do everything I can every single day to invest in human capital, because there is no better investment than your fellow man.
Alex's most important daily habit was reading books and investing in people. And well, for one, I know that's true about him, but I agree. So we talk about this thing, optionality, right? And Alex describes it well, but it's basically when you invest in something with no downside, but an unlimited upside. So, for example, a book, right? Like, if I go over here and I read myself a fancy book, there's no downside. Like, the worst thing that I could do is lose a little bit of time. And if the book's that much of a waste, don't finish it, whatever. But the upside is huge. The gain that I have gotten from books like The 4-Hour Workweek or Never Split the Difference have, drastically changed my financial projection for the future, right? And not to mention How to Invest in Rental Properties, which set me off on this whole journey, or shoot, Rich Dad, Poor Dad, the book that started it all. The gain from those books is huge. So there's like little to no downside and a huge upside. And investing in people's the same way. Now, sure, you can waste time investing with people, and yeah, you can dump money into things like bad contractors, but if you invest in people and you build relationships, you never know what's going to come out of that, but it's absolutely crazy. You can get a ton of traction out of that. So absolutely recommend that you look into doing those things. Now, we're going to listen to Mr. Chad Carson right now.
My most important daily habit has nothing to do with business or real estate investing. It's actually a pretty primal thing. I need to get my sleep. And for years, this was not a priority for me. I remember in college and in my early years of my business, I'm really good at setting goals and going out and working hard and making everything happen and accomplishing things and moving forward. What I wasn't so good at, and I'm still not great at, but I'm working on, is how can you rest and recover just as hard as you work. And what I learned was that it's kind of like a metaphor of an ultra marathon race. When you're an entrepreneur, when you're an investor, or when you're just living your life, the energy that you have to go do those things like your business, to the energy you need to be focused with your family, to do things at home, to do everything you need to do in life, comes from the basic habits that you have in your life. So things like sleeping, like eating good foods, like exercising daily. And those aren't just nice to have once you achieve your financial goals, once you finally do things. Those are actually the foundation and the engine for you to be able to do those things well and to do it consistently on this ultra marathon of life and of your business that we're on. And so for me, the best habit that I'm really working on over the last couple of years is every night it used to be 10:30, I'm trying to move it up to 10, is that I have a digital sunset where I turn off my phone, turn off the computer, turn off bright lights, and I just start settling down. And from what I've read from different studies on sleep, that if you do that at least an hour, hour and a half before you really want to turn the lights off and go to sleep, then that helps you wind down. And I need that kind of ritual where I have to turn it off. I have alarms set. I do it. I'm not perfect every night with it, but if I do that, if I can really be on, I can turn it off. I can start settling down. I can read a little bit in my room, get ready for bed, go and settle down. I have a much better night of sleep. And then when I wake up in the morning, I've got energy. I can get started early enough. I can, throughout the day, have enough energy to do what I want to do. So whatever it is for you, it might be sleep, it might be food, eating better nutrition, better foods, it might be exercising, it might be meditating. If you have those kind of self-care habits, those are an integral part of your real estate investing, of your entrepreneurship, make those a priority and know that they're going to help you in that ultra marathon of getting to your goals and being healthy and having a lot of focus in the meantime.
I think Chad's answer here is very interesting. Sleep, like rest and recovery. It's very easy to get caught up in like hustle porn or whatever. Like, oh, I gotta grind it out. I do it too, right? Like, shoot, I'm definitely hustle, and probably too much with my life. And so I understand where he's coming from with this, because I have definitely gotten burnt out at one point or another, or probably multiple times, and I've had to come to terms with realizing that you have to force yourself to relax. Like sometimes like what I was doing at one point was like leaving a little bit of white space, and I would just like piddle on my phone or like call my white space relaxation time. But I had to physically go into my schedule, take out the white space and fill it in with like, you will watch a movie at a movie theater, or you will sit in the hot tub and drink a beer, or you will go to a friend's house and do nothing business related. And what that did is it gave myself permission to actually like relax, right? So it gives you that permission to relax, and then you have to like force yourself to do it. It becomes your mission, and like leave your phone, whatever, and that's much more effective than just leaving white space and piddling around, because then you feel like you're wasting time. And so it's funny that relaxing was almost burning me out even more, because I felt like I was wasting time until I forced myself to do it. And sleep is huge, right? Like getting a good night's sleep is a really important thing. So I definitely agree with him there. Now, on to Matt FAIRCLOTH.
The most important habit that I have, and this is what works for me, is getting up early in the morning. If I get up early and start my day with some mindset work and a workout, I feel great the rest of the day. I feel like that is an attitude focuser. It is an attitude set. Call it the miracle morning, call it whatever you will, in that. And just for me, early in the morning is sometime between like 5 and 6:30 a.m. If I can get up somewhere in there and start my day with a workout before my kids get up and get my mindset right, I find that is a great habit for getting my day going. So it doesn't work for everybody. I'm not saying that only people that rise early are winners in life. That's just what works for me, is getting my head, my body right to start my day. And you could be a riser at 10 a.m. I recommend getting your mindset right, doing something to get your mind in the right place, and then also getting your body right, because that's a good way to start the day. And it just pumps adrenaline into your body and gets you cranked up. It's better than any cup of coffee out there. And I still drink coffee, but I also get a workout in before I start my day.
And I love Matt's here. Get up early, mindset, exercise. I'm a huge proponent of this. My first alarm, 3:55 every day. Now, I don't always wake up that time, and sometimes I do change it. Like today, for example, it's a Saturday that I actually had nothing going on in the morning, surprisingly. So I set my alarm for 6, and I slept in 2 hours, got a full 8 hours. I feel incredible. Right, I'm doing this video. It's awesome. But normally I'm up at 4 or 5, and I do all my morning routine. I've got a video or two on that, and I do all that stuff, and it's great, it's wonderful, and I recommend it to all of you. And then, I work out at some point. Like, all of that's very important. So I think getting off on the right foot is great. In fact, that's one of the things when I cycle, like I ride my bicycle to work nowadays a lot, and that's one of the reasons I love it, because I get to work and I'm in a great mood because I just worked out for like 35 minutes, 40 minutes. And so that's awesome. So I definitely recommend that one. And now we're going to talk to Mike.
Most important daily habit for me would be to move, be it every day, or be it on the days that I train where I lift, or an active rest day where I run, or I take the dog on a long walk, or we go on a hike. I believe in sweat equity, which is the rent is due every day. So for me, just moving and getting out there and being active, that helps my mental well-being, and it helps me focus more on things that definitely do matter.
Oh, sweat equity. And I like how he put that. But exercise. I mean, I already kind of voiced my opinions on that, but yeah, I think that's a good one in the morning. It gets you in the right mindset. Mr. Dan WYNN.
All right, so most important daily habit. All right, I'm sure a lot of people on here are going to reference Hal Elrod's Miracle Morning, right? It's a great read. I highly suggest you read it. In the book, he basically talks about all these things that he does every single day in the morning to make sure that his day goes accordingly and everything is focused and in sync with his bigger end goal, right? He talks about savers, right? So in my opinion, there's a couple of them that are extremely important, which is having your goals and reading your goals every single day and basically visualizing them, right? So in this thing that I've been You probably noticed a couple times I've had it, I keep it in my hand, or I keep it in my pocket, basically with my wallet. I carry around with me all the time. This is my goals list. It has like all the goals. I read this every single day and every single night. It has my planned out map to how I'm going to get to where I want to get to. It has on the back of it, I have note cards, and it basically has like my timeline and then also my task list. So what I do basically is read this every single night, read this every single day. At the end of that day as well, I go through and basically plan out the next day. So I have it planned out to, I need to knock out these most important tasks, and then everything else, all the other tasks I need to knock out as well. What that does is it keeps me hyper focused, and it also keeps me on glide path to meeting my bigger end goal, right? So basically take your bigger end goal, whatever it is. If it's 5 years away, then you backwards plan all the way to that bigger end goal. What do you need to do in year 4? What do you need to do in year 3? What do you need to do in year 2? What do you need to do in year 1 in order to meet that goal 5 years out? All right, so you got your 1 year goal. What do you need to do in quarter 1, in quarter 2, in quarter 3, in quarter 4 in order to meet that big goal for the year? And you just keep going on through that. You do the month, you do the week, you do the day, and then that's pretty much what I do every single day. And that really keeps me hyper focused and in sync with where I want to end up in the next 5 to 10 years, right? So that is my most important daily routine: reading my goals and then writing them down, writing my daily schedule down for the next day.
All right, so he talks about the miracle morning as well. So that's 3 people now who've mentioned waking up early for like mindset, exercise, like miracle morning type stuff. And I agree. I think having a good morning routine, like I do my journal every morning. I do, and so that's good. And I think the goals, like him writing his schedule down the night before to prep for the day and doing his goals, I think that's big as well. So for me, I do kind of a hodgepodge of miracle morning and other stuff. So like I wake up, I splash my face, I do whatever, and then I do my journal, I drink some coffee, I do my planning and my goals. So the journaling for me involves like goals, most important next steps, top 3 or 4 things to win the day, and then my schedule for the day. And I do that, and then I revisit that again at night. And then I try to exercise in the morning if I have time. If not, I make sure I get it in throughout the day, but hopefully in the morning. And then, I do all that. I do some meditation, some visualization, some gratitude, and I just start my day off on the right foot. And then I start hustling, and I hustle, and I hustle, and I hustle. Look, hey, so this was 6 weeks, 6 videos asking 5 rock stars, 5 questions, and then my take on it. So, whatever, 6 answers for 6 very important questions that a lot of you helped me find through the polls. And I really hope you guys got something out of this. I hope this helps you improve your mindset or get through some of these struggles that you have right now. Let me know in the comments what you thought of doing this. If you'd like to do more, we can do other topics, whether that's real estate or YouTube or whatever. And I'd love to do some more of that. But make sure you subscribe and click the like button, and go subscribe and click the like button for all of those guys as well. Help them out. If you liked what they were saying on here, go follow their channel. They've got some great information. I invited them because I like them, and I would recommend them to any of you. So definitely check their stuff out and have a great day.